playwright, I I really look for characters with depth. Like, I think that's why I really liked Glinda so much, because she wasn't just a ditzy blonde, you know. Like, by the end of the show, she becomes a completely different person, and as an actor, that gives you so much stuff to work with. I felt like, and that's another reason why I feel like I could do Wicked forever, is that I never got it right. You know, like, there was always something to work on, and you'd come off stage and go, wow, I didn't really nail this, but, you know, so tomorrow I can work on this, this, and this, you know. But I find that a lot of that's a tricky thing for me to say, but I think the main thing that any actor looks for is something that they can really work on for a long time and not get bored with, you know. And that's just you know, layers. Does that make sense? I'm getting boring, aren't I? Did everybody fall asleep? You fell asleep.
Furious.
Everybody.
No, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get all these questions in. FSCM. Okay, and it just moved. Okay. I can't pronounce your name. I apologize. Do you have any more TV appearances coming up?
Yes, I just did. I did a little guest spot on this new series for FX called Louie, and it's based on. It revolves around this guy Louis C.K. He's a very famous comedian. And yeah, the show hasn't even aired yet, but like, you may have seen the commercials for it already. He's been doing commercials of a scene with him and Ricky Gervais. He's on the show a lot. I can't talk about my character because this is so awful. I can't talk about anything that I'm doing because it's so fancy. No. It was kind of like a surprise thing that I did on the show. So yeah, I have no idea when it's airing. But we just shot that last week in New York. What else is there? I feel like, I don't know. If I think of something else, I'll tell you. Oh, I did this pilot, and I don't think it got picked up. But it was with Adam Carolla, and it's great. As soon as I get a copy of it, because I think if they don't air, then we still get our copies of it. I'll share some of the scenes from it because it was pretty amazing. I played this trophy wife from hell. I was always in a tennis outfit with a super dark spray tan and huge nails, you know, unlike now. And I had a 3-pound Pomeranian in my arm at all times, and I was yelling at everybody, and like, it was amazing. So if I get a copy of it, then I'll definitely share it because it's pretty cool.
Steph asks, any plans of releasing a CD and going on tour? We've kind of talked about the tour part already, but any thoughts on a CD?
Not really. I have a hard enough time with these concerts because I don't know. I have a hard time figuring out, like, and I think I'm getting closer, but I don't know what my style is. I don't know, you know, because I love singing country, I love singing jazz, I love singing musical theater and pop and all this stuff, and it just seems like too, I don't know, I need a better vision, because I don't want to just come out with an album of these are the songs that I love, or, you know, if and when it ever happens, it's going to be really well thought out. So there's no plans of anything anytime soon.
Okay. What do you... Ladybug 1420 says, asks, what do you think the biggest difference is between working on TV and working in theater?
Gotta watch my answers. don't know. I love. Look, Megan is always the bitch. Sorry, I got distracted by, because I can see what you're writing. I'm trying not to, because then I get sidetracked because I'm.
You can close the window.
No. I like it. What was the question?
What is the biggest difference between TV and theater?
Well, you don't have a live audience, unless you're doing a 3-camera sitcom, which I haven't really done. And
There aren't any left.
yeah, they're making a comeback a bit because they're cheaper to produce, but I don't know. I miss having the audience, and I miss doing that, but theater is a lot of work. Like I said, it's a 24-hour job, and so is film. It's a lifestyle, but like when you're doing 8 shows a week, that's it. You're doing 8 shows a week. There's nothing else. There's no going out. There's no, at least not when you're playing Glinda or Doralee or anything, that sounded really pretentious. Wow, Megan, who do you think you are? At least for me anyway, because I get it. I'm old and I'm exhausted, so I don't do anything. I didn't mean to sound pretentious at all. That sounded really awful. Well, when you've played the roles that I've played, there's no time for anything else. No, I'm just old. I'm an old lady. I love film and television work, and to be quite honest, that's who they're hiring on Broadway, so I'm sensing a pattern, and I'm trying to take advantage of it. I'll just say that.
Kind of a tie into that, Broadway Addict asks, what's the hardest thing about being on Broadway?
I don't know. I think living in New York is really hard in general. I think that was a big decision. That was a big factor in my decision to come to LA. Is that just living in New York? It's really hard to like get stuff done. Like to buy groceries, like simple things. Getting to an audition. And. Navigating the trains and your high heels. I can't wear my heels everywhere, and it's just like, I don't know. It seems like everything to do living there is really difficult. And it was great when I first moved there, and I was like 22 or something like that. I don't know if that's right, but like when I was younger, it was really fun and exciting and stuff. But I like to cook. I like to play with my dogs, and I like to do stuff with my boyfriend, and it's just much easier out here. That wasn't really your question, but it's for me. It kind of is. Like the hardest part about Broadway is actually living in New York.
Kind of as a follow-up, you're so closely identified with LA theater, and kind of have been part of this real resurgence in LA theater. Do you see that continuing to grow? Do you see that continuing to LA really kind of stepping forward and becoming a real theater town?
I think so, and I hope so. I hope the theater gets steps up here, and because there's so much talent out here. Me and Steve were talking about this about how many talented friends we have out here. I'm like, wow, what if we just all got together and did something out here, and we've been toying with the idea of, starting a theater company out here, and really like utilizing all of our super talented Broadway friends, to do it, because it can be really good. I don't know. I have faith that it can be really good, and there's an audience for it out here. So, I don't know, it's very ambitious, and it's really in the starting stage.